Other interesting culture news, you have Target investors suing the company for their Pride Month business blunder. Now, it seems like there finally might be a price to pay. Now, winding back the clock back a couple months, you had Target. They actually hired a Satanist. Now, I don't mean that metaphorically or being bombastic. This is quite literally someone who profoundly professed they were a Satanist, a designer from the UK, and he looked like one as well in terms of his look. Now, he actually produced pins that you can buy at Target stores with a picture of Satan, and it was a pin that says Satan respects pronouns. They also had a bunch of Pride stuff for kids, which again was a deviation from other years where they had a Pride section for adults. But then this year they had the kids stuff, and they also had the tuck-friendly swimsuit, which is a swimsuit that was made for women, but now they want to sell it towards trans women or men, I forget, trans women or trans men, where they actually have space in the swimsuit to tuck your junk. A fascinating fashion idea, some might say. But yeah, that caused a lot of backlash. They actually moved the displays to the back of the store because people spoke up and they said, well, this seems highly inappropriate to have all this, especially in child's eye view where the kids can see it as well. Why is Target targeting kids? So that led to a huge backlash, and the stock precipitously dropped billions of dollars. Now, overall, if you look at the historicals for Target for the year, they've also dropping as well, partially because they have a company culture of not stopping thieves, and it's estimated they're going to lose about $400 million. Yes, $400 million because of theft this year. Other stores have that same issue as well, a big cultural issue in the United States that someday should be addressed for a myriad of reasons. Now, because Target made the business decision to buy those products, to stock them in the store, and support those causes, well, now the shareholders are saying, well, it seems like you're more of an activism, you're just an activism company. You're not putting our needs first, which is something that they should have been suing these companies for probably a decade. When you think about all the companies that are making decisions based on social issues and not the shareholders, who the shareholders are investing in the business to make a profit. That's the whole point of being publicly traded. Now specifically, this lawsuit was filed last Tuesday by American First Legal and co-counseled by Bowden Gray PLLC and Lawson Huck Gonzalez PLLC on behalf of investor Brian Craig in Florida. And he is alleging that Target cost shareholders lost billions of dollars because of its LGBT, ESG, and DEI policies specifically. Now, the lawsuit accuses Target and the board of directors of betraying, quote, both Target's core customer base of working families and its investors by making false and misleading statements concerning Target's environmental, social, and governance and diversity, equity, and inclusion mandates that led to the disastrous 2023 child and family themed LGBT Pride campaign, unquote. Now, it'll be interesting to see in terms of individual fiscal damage, this will not have any effect on Target. Fiscally speaking, he owns about 200 shares of Target stock. So even if they just bought them out at the current market rate, their shares are going for about $130. So again, that's not a lot of money in the grand scheme of things for this individual case. But if he's able to actually prove it and they settle in court for that guy, all of a sudden every other shareholder is going to go, wait a minute, I'm entitled to that as well because you screwed me over too with this campaign. Now, it looks like in terms of specifics, Target lost about $14 billion following their June Pride campaign with those interesting displays that they chose. So it'll be interesting to see, as quite a pretty penny, what is Target going to do? They're in a pickle here because if they do admit they made a mistake and they sell for this, they're just going to cause a domino effect with much other people coming from every neck of the woods to sue Target as well. Will this culturally cause other companies to focus on the business they run versus social issues, such as maybe Best Buy focusing on electronics and not quite literally inducing racism against white folks because they're saying, oh yes, our managerial program that's only for white people at Best Buy. We're seeing more and more of these come to the surface, and of course, thankfully, light is often the best disinfectant. With these businesses starting to realize, well, we can't really operate in the dark so much, people are starting to complain that we're betraying the shareholders. Will this stop other businesses from deviating for their core competencies and taking on social issues that have nothing to do with the business? That'll be fascinating to see, and culturally speaking, conservatives are finally starting to speak up. And again, lawsuits matter in terms of this gets the board of directors' attention. Because this is not good for Target, not good for them optically wise, because this is going to be in the news. A lot of people are seeing it. You're pissing off a lot of people. And fiscally, it might cost them billions as well. So let me know in the comments, do you think companies will switch their tactics around marketing, around corporate structures, or will they keep going down the same road? It's with this unprecedented, tipsy-turny, unknowing economy, they're getting more fiscally concerned. They might start actually to become more conservative, both fiscally as well as with these campaigns, because these campaigns are losing them money. Unless the shareholders or the people who control it care more about messaging and politics than actual fiscal results. We will see, but I always say, time will surely tell. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Again, we're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of August, so you can click that button. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, don't forget to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.